Yes, man, Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station, Hot 107.9, Fly Guy DC.
And MiAsia, Symone.
And how do I want to do this intro? We have one of the most iconic, legendary.
Yes.
She's a mom. She's a wife. I mean, she's done it all, and that's my perspective of things.
My perspective, Cici from the deck, Cici the dance queen, Cici the girls girl, Cici, Ciara is in the building, y'all.
Yeah! Now, before we get started, first and foremost, how are you? How's your mental? How's everything going? How are you feeling today?
Ooh, I'm feeling blessed out. I said we ain't stressed out, we
Blessed out. Blessed out.
No, it's a lot of exciting things going on right now. Obviously, the Cici album is finally out. I feel like I was delivering a baby with that album because I've been carrying and working on this album for so long, for almost 6 years, 5 to 6 years. And so I'm so happy that I finally handed it to my fans and to the people. And now we're on the grind to do the promo part of it. So, we've been rolling. I've missed my babies a little bit here. I missed my biggest baby. That's Russ. Y'all know that. But honestly, I'm feeling really good. I have an attitude of gratitude through it all. So I'm very, very thankful for this time and season in my life.
I love that you actually named the album Cici because I think that we should take it back to your roots. A lot of people don't understand Cici and Atlanta together, and I want to highlight that because it's important, for people to know. So you were raised on the east side in Decatur, but you also moved to College Park.
Southside too.
But you have like a military background, right? So can you talk about that? Because I know it's a lot of moving around, but you were, bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, so for me, I'm a military baby, but I can say Atlanta was always my base.
Okay.
So, pretty much, or at least I spent the most time here in our hometown. But yeah, I got to travel around the world. I was born in Fort Hood, Texas. But I left when I was like 8 months old, so I'm not from Texas.
So that don't count.
That don't count. It don't count.
So we came back to Atlanta after that, and then I moved to, I want to say Germany, between Germany and then Monterey, California, were my next 2 stops. And then, like I said, we would always come back home to Atlanta. So I kind of got the best of all worlds because of it. I think that's why I'm a little obsessed with languages.
Okay.
Like learning languages, because I've just been to so many places around the world, and I have a strong appreciation for culture.
Sign language too, right?
Just a little bit. Okay. Like the alphabet. I can say a couple of things, but I'm not like well versed in that area. But for me, what was really cool was I grew up in Decatur, Georgia, as you mentioned, right behind South DeKalb Mall on Whites Mill Road.
I'm from Stone Mountain, so I'm from the east side too.
I lived in this apartment complex called Tregony East, and then I ended up moving to Riverdale a little later. I remember just having
South Side.
Yeah, South Side, the Dale, and I also went to school. I went to school at Riverdale High School, and I went to school in North Clayton.
Wait, so you went to Riverdale?
Yes.
Oh, they were our rivalry, so I went tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I went tomorrow. So now, even on that aspect, like growing up in Atlanta, the East Side, what's like the best thing about the East Side to you? And then same thing for the South Side, because she's from the East and I grew up on the South. But like, what's like, there's a total different world on both of those, both of those sides of town. But like growing up, what was the best thing for you on the East Side, and then what was the best thing on the South Side?
So you said you were East Side and she's South Side?
No.
East Side.
They're East Side.
Okay,
I'm not East Side.
Yeah.
So for me, the East Side is where it's at.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm not knocking that.
Yeah, culturally, like I'm so glad I got to grow up in the East Side because that's where a lot of like the sauce that I picked up came from, and a lot of my family is from the East Side.
Okay.
And also too like Jacksonville and Butts County and all that. But I lived in we stayed. My grandmother stayed on Marktrell Circle. And at that time period, it was like it was a lot. The circle we had a candy lady.
Everybody had a candy lady.
Yeah, we had other activities on another side. But you had a friend like around every turn. You had a friend there, that you have friends when you pull up on somebody's house. I mean, a lot happened, on the East Side for me, but there was so much culture. Just like I said, so much sauce. And then when you go to Riverdale, that was a big deal because where I came from was a bit more rough, right? And on the East Side. And then it wasn't the roughest, but it was you know, it was a combination of all kind of stuff happening. I was exposed to a good bit of enough of the rough. Okay, I started around.
Enough of the rough.
So then when I moved to Riverdale, it was kind of like, you know, slightly more elevated experience for me because, you know, it didn't mean that certain activities didn't still happen, but it was just way more like, how do I say? Like I struggled. I was like, I don't want to go to Riverdale. I'm like, you know, I like living in Decatur.
Yeah.
You know, that was my attitude before I went there. And then when I went to Riverdale, like great things happened. It's kind of amazing how like God works, right? Because this is a funny story. I don't know if I've ever told this, but so I made this is like left. Yeah, exclusive. Exactly. I made the varsity team for cheerleading. Like I love cheerleading. I made the varsity team for cheerleading when I was in 7th grade. So I was the only 7th grader on varsity, right? Which is really cool. Big deal. And then the second year I went to audition. That same coach, which I think she was hating. Coach was hating. She want to put me back in JV. She want to take me backwards. So I'm like,
after you was already on varsity.
Oh, y'all on petty time.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm so ambitious and so determined. Okay, this is how I know God works, right? How God works. Then I'm like, okay, she ain't gonna do that to me. Like my mom, one thing I would say my mom would do, like when Cici really wanted to do something, she'd be like, she gonna do her best to make her child proud. Cause I wouldn't let her. I'd be like, but Mom, I just wanna, I want to try to go to North Clayton. Cause North Clayton was like a rival school back then.
Yeah.
And North Clayton had a saucy cheerleaders. Yeah. They just come back. That's where it's at, right? So then I'm like, I want to cheer there. Cause I met some cheerleaders from there and I went to one of the games. I'm like, man, it's just popping, like it's just culturally popping. So then I really convinced my mom. We found a way. All of a sudden we lived in College Park. Okay, all of a sudden, even though I was living in Riverdale. You know what I'm saying? Pick up one, put them down.
Right.
So
Everybody
did that. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody did that.
Then I went to North Clayton for a year, and that was a year I got discovered. In my career.
Wow.
I love
right?
that.
Isn't that crazy? And then I made the varsity team too.
Riverdale, y'all see what the hell y'all did?
But I actually ended up going back to Riverdale a year later. And then, I finished out the rest of my school year there. But I know that was meant for me to go on that path. Like, it's kind of crazy because I literally went to North Clayton for a year.
Now, is it true that your first job was Six Flags?
No. Okay, so I had like a, I don't know what I did at Six Flags. Did I say that? No, my first job. What I had was my last check that I had, and I mean, I could be wrong, but I never had like a legit 9 to 5.
Okay.
But I had cool opportunities where I could like make money.
Okay.
Like working at the Atlanta Braves Stadium with my friend's mom,
Like
helping sell the hot dogs, the stand. Getting a couple of dollars. I had moments like that. But if I can recall correctly, I never worked at Six Flags, but my last check that I had, like when I was down to the wire before like new checks were going to begin, or I knew we were about to start a new season of life for me, I got a Six Flags pass. Season pass.
Okay.
To go there. But yeah, I don't know if I ever said I worked at Six Flags. I never worked
do you
there.
ride roller coasters?
I don't recall working at a stand at Six Flags. I don't think I did. So I'm telling y'all, sometimes in mine, you'd be like,
it could be.
You got to recall, but yeah.
Now, are you the type, like, are you a thrill seeker? Like, do you like roller coasters?
I love roller coasters.
They have a new ride
Obsessed.
at Six Flags right now.
Really? What's it called?
The Georgia Gold Rusher.
Ooh, what
Yeah.
is it? Have you been on it?
I haven't. I plan to go.
Listen,
We need to do CC night.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
We
do
was just
it.
saying this. Yes.
Yes, we need
were
to do
just
it.
talking about this. We got to
Y'all got to do it with us,
Yes.
Short. We got to
do
say,
it.
we
Let
got to do it with us.
let us
We got to
do
do
it.
CC
That's done.
at Six
CC
Flags.
night
That'd be
at
so
Six
hard.
Flags.
So look, one question, because I'm a thrill seeker too.
hard.
Yeah.
The what is it? The acrophobia, the one that
Yeah.
goes
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
up.
yeah. I like that
you-
one.
So you get on
Yeah,
that
I do
one.
that.
That's the only one I can't do, and I love roller
You can't
coasters.
do that.
Nah,
It's so good.
nah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh, it's so good. If we do CC night, you got to ride with me.
All right, you got my word.
Okay,
You
let's
got-
go. Let's go. We got to do that.
Nah, I
CC
got
night
me.
for real. Seriously.
No,
Real.
CC night. That'll be super dope.
That's hard.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
while
I
we're
like that.
speaking more deep into your background, so before you became Ciara on your own, and I don't know if I'm hearing this correctly or not, I did some research, and you were a part of a girl group before branching off?
Yeah, I was in a
Okay.
group called Hearsay.
Hearsay. Okay.
I was in a group called Hearsay, and I was probably the 4th rotating member of this group because they had been trying to get a girl to keep replacing this one role, this one position in the group. So I was probably the 4th person to take that role when I came with the girls. And then obviously it didn't work out. We just weren't kind of like creatively in sync, you know, as a collective, but really sweet girls. And then I went to pursue my solo career like shortly after I joined the group. So that was cool.
And then that's when Goodies came out.
Well, yeah, Goodies came out like when I was around 18, right after I graduated from high school. So I started out in the group, and then it's like around 14 years old. And the crazy thing is that there's power manifestation on the journey, right? So I was sitting down at the lunch table at North Clayton High School with all of my friends. We were talking about life after school, what we're gonna do. Like, I was like, I'm a cheerleader, but I'm not. That's not exactly what I want to do. I run track. I'm fast now. I mean, I do be leaving a couple people in the dust. But, yeah.
Can you still
I ain't
run?
breaking no records. So
Hell
like,
No, she
be
can
no
probably
Olympian.
still. Yeah.
Guess I can still get off. Come on now.
So you can give us one of them Cat Williams videos?
When he
Oh,
did
he
the
can
four,
run.
he did
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He did the
Yeah,
4
he
seconds
be
flat.
going. Now, I don't, he might have botched. He might have tricked the time a little.
Yeah.
He did 4 seconds before. What was he running? A 40?
Yeah, he was running a 40. Yeah, it was
He
a
did
40.
not do 4 seconds. He tricked y'all. Y'all see how them boys he running at the
I think it was like
combine?
4 point. Oh
He
yeah.
definitely ain't do that.
I ain't believe it either,
Shout out to
but-
Kat though. No, but I was like, you know, I'm doing the.
I hear a challenge.
I love. Nope. No, you don't. Now listen though, I leave my kids in the dust though. You know. Future, he's 11 years old, so I have to show him who the big dog is. And he's starting to get fast. I'm like, he might legit beat me next year.
Yeah.
You know how it is with y'all with boys, they just advance.
They grow.
so
Yeah,
quickly.
so
fast.
fast.
So I started out, okay, so did that. 2 weeks later, I had a conversation. I'm sorry. We were at the table talking about life was going to be. 2 weeks later, someone comes and asks me to audition for, the guy one of my friends was at the table said, hey, are you serious about singing? I said I wanted to be a singer. Like, this is what I want to do. He comes to me 2 weeks later and was like, there's this group that's looking for a third member. Would you be down to audition for the group?
Yeah.
So basically, I said, yeah, I'll do it. Because I just said I wanted to be a singer. I had just the week before that, written down my goal sheet on how I was going to become a singer. Okay, so I had 3 goals. The first goal was I wanted to get discovered, and I was like, I'm going to put myself in talent shows. Like, I wrote the how-tos to do it. The second goal was to have longevity. I said I wanted to sell 3 to 4 million albums once I got discovered. And the third goal was to have longevity. So that was my little goal sheet I wrote down. Then a week later, my friend comes to me, right, and asked me about this girl group thing, situation. I did that. I sounded so bad on the call. Like, I don't even know why they wanted to see me.
Oh man.
But that was God.
Yeah.
He was like, I guess it sounded different on the phone to them. On the other side, then I went to audition for the group, and that night I made the group. And then we were together for like a little year and some change, and then that didn't work out. 15 years old, I signed my first administration publishing deal. And then 16 years old, I signed with Arista.
Okay.
So, and then fast forward to Goodies. So going back to the goal sheet, put out my first album when I was like around 18, 19,
You're
fresh out of high
18.
school.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And then
Shout out for the South Side.
going back to the goal sheet, got discovered. Yeah.
yeah.
Second goal, 3 to 4 million albums. I sold like 5.
Wow.
And then third goal was longevity. And now it's 21 years since my first
it's
album,
there.
Goodies. Right?
Now,
So,
if you had to choose every song that you have ever put out, which one means the most to you and why?
ooh, that's hard. It's between 2 songs. So
Okay.
it would be between Goodies and Level Up. Okay, because
You fasted before Level Up?
no,
No.
I had a baby before Level Up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was the level up.
That was the Level Up. Okay.
I was making Level Up while I was pregnant.
Okay.
But yes, and then you snatch your back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so Goodies and Level Up, because Goodies was the beginning for me, right? That was like when my dream came true, right? And I was on record like a year before I put out Goodies. They had sent cameras with me, and they were like, where do you see yourself a year from now? I was like, my super ATL voice. I'm like, I see myself at a #1 song on the Billboard chart.
That's an ATL.
Exactly. Then fast forward to a year later, Goodies #1, right? So it just goes back to power manifestation. But fast forward to Level Up, because Level Up was the era of me becoming an independent artist and having my own label. So those 2 moments are significant to me because, one, it was the beginning where everything started. And then Level Up was like the chapter of me taking control of my career and empowering myself. And it was like entering the true chapter of ownership, owning my masters. And like, that's a whole new like beast of a season in my life that I'm so proud of. And like, it took a while to get there, right? From being in traditional systems till then, but it just goes back to just staying the course,
Yes.
you know, on what you believe in, and like being patient. Because I think sometimes you want things to happen for you when you want them to. And it's like they're going to happen for you when they're supposed to.
Yeah, I love that. Now, when it comes to your brand and everything that you have going on, you have you're like multifaceted. We see you dance, we see you sing, you write, you're an entrepreneur, you're a loving wife. What are your hidden talents? What's something that we don't know?
I don't know if this is so hidden at this point, but I can play with accents really well.
Like imitate people.
Like, darling, you're right. It's lovely to see you.
Is that your favorite accent?
I love it.
I love it.
Okay, give us one more. Give us
I
one
have a
more.
friend here from the UK, my
UK.
videographer. He's like really wicked with the camera, you know.
You taught her that?
He did not teach me this. He's what exactly are you really? What's your nationality again? He's Indian.
Okay.
He's Indian.
What he's going to do is
Do it. She switched it up so fast.
I want to do this video for you today. No, but I can, you know, I love playing with accents. I love learning languages. So like, you know, I'm obsessed with Japan.
Okay.
Please don't
The
do
culture.
Japan.
Yeah.
You know,
ちょっと日本語話します.
What?
私の名前はセラです。Hi.
What did you just say?
I said, I speak a little Japanese, and my name is Ciara.
Put that on
Hi,
the
my
screen
name
when
is
she do
Ciara.
it.
Right.
ありがとうございました. That's
okay,
thank you.
give us one more.
Okay.
One more.
4 for 4.
Okay, so I'm really on the quest, and I've already said this. I said I'm Blexican.
Blexican.
Oh, my God.
Black and
Lord.
Mexican. So, hola, you know, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo te llamo? Me llamo Ciara. Yo tengo mucho hambre.
Oh my God.
Hoy, yo muy emocionada por hoy. I'm very excited for the day. Y estoy muy agradecida para hoy.
Wait, so how did you get all of
Very
these?
grateful for the day.
Wow. How did you get all of these different, like, was this just something that you like trained yourself? Or is this
So
like,
my dad, because I'm a military baby, that's what I was getting at earlier, that's what I really love that I got to do, because it's funny because it's a whole culture switch. So I remember like when I was younger, starting out, you know, in Atlanta, little, moving around in between, like I said, to Monterey and Germany and all those places. And when you travel the world, you get inspired. You see all these different like people, and some places are a melting pot of people. My dad can speak different languages. So my dad used to like manage cleaning companies at one point in time that clean out the big buildings. And he would always talk to like the people that work for him or like people on his team in Spanish. And then he had an article written about him for being able to speak multiple languages.
That's
so
amazing.
I was like, I want to do that one day. And I love culture. Like I love, it's like my way of appreciating where I go. So like if I
Yes.
travel, you know, to anywhere, like in China, I would say ni hao. You know, Future would do Chinese with me too. We say, well, that means it's chao ui lai. That's how you say hi. My name is Future. But it's like we start learning the basic things, like wherever you are, how do I say hi and thank you? Because I feel like I have to give back appreciation
Yes.
to the people too. But I'm also super, I am inspired by my dad, but I'm also like a little obsessed with the Latino culture.
Okay.
So what I love about the Latino culture is like how it's really big on family. Like, and the language is like so cool and it's very common. So like I have a goal to like go on a TV show where I speak only Spanish.
Yes.
Like it's just like an obsession. But I remember, I'll bring it back to this. I remember when I came back from Germany and when I had first moved to, you know, to Tregony East, my division, or not division, but the apartment division. And I remember, or subdivision. Anyways, so I moved back there. We had just come back from Germany. And I remember a girl going to me, she's like, why you talk so proper? And I was like,
What?
oh, okay, wait. Because it was like adjusting.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so we got to make sure we can rock no matter where we are. Because when I travel around the world, it's just like, I just switch up sometimes. Based
Like a
on where I am.
chameleon.
Yeah, you know, you adjust to where you are. I was like, we can talk like this too. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We got it straight like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pull up then.
Yeah.
Okay, then, folks. What you talking
Right.
about? We can be like that too if you want to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
We can take it there.
like,
What's up?
So, okay, now I know you spoke on family, and we know you're big on that when it comes to motherhood, when it comes to being a wife. With the day and age of how everything is now, we know your why, but how?
Oh my gosh. It is organized chaos. I honestly could not do life without a schedule.
Okay.
Like a schedule is so key for me because it really is a lot to manage. I know I said I have my 4 precious babies, but, you know, Russ is my biggest baby. And, you know, I'm about my babies, you know, and so I'm really intentional, too, with my time. Like, I don't get a lot of in-between time sometimes, but I think there's a season for things. And I think that when you have opportunity, you got to go get it when it's in front of you. And I love that, you know, Russ supports that because that's important for me too. And my kids, they give me a little hard time when I walk out the door. Cici was hanging on my leg the other day. Mommy, don't go. I don't want to go either. But I got to go.
Yeah.
You know, mommy's got to work. You know, and Russ sent me this really sweet thing. It was like talking about the importance of your kids seeing you work as a mom and the power in that. And he wrote to me, keep working. And it was so sweet and so powerful because it's like, you know, it is true, right? Like I think about knowing how my dad was in the military and he would go for months, but I'm still a daddy's girl. Like I was still connected to my dad because he loved me, you know, in a certain way that just because he was gone for a certain amount of time didn't mean that the love would change.
That it would
right?
change, yeah.
So,
Sure.
And I respected how he was doing the best that he could for our family. My mother was in the Air Force too, you know, so there was that dynamic. And then she ended up working for the city of Atlanta, but, you know, for the police department. But, you know, I think that it's important for your kids to see you, you know, doing your thing too, right?
Pop it.
Yeah, you know, it's important, right? But it's not easy. I do have hard days. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Where I'm like, man, I just want to sit down and be a couch potato.
What do you do in those days? Like, how do you get through?
Okay, so like my album came out on Friday, and what I did that fed my soul, right? Because when you have 4 kids, it is like, I feel like an octopus. Like, I'm like this, my legs are stretched. I'm like, I wish there was 4 of me.
Right.
And then it's like my kids sound like a mommy cry, mommy, 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 mommy.
Mommy,
and
mommy.
my baby Amore really don't like nobody touching me. Like, she's funny. She be on my neck.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? So sometimes I do like little dates with them, one-on-one, because I want to keep my one-on-one bond too. I need that connection. And then sometimes too, like when on release day, so, you know, we live in New York now as well. So I got us some electric scooters. And me and all the kids went down to, you know, to rode the scooters down and went by the water and did all this cute stuff.
Okay.
So I did that. But on release day, I just took Future because the little ones had their friends they were hanging out with. And we went on our scooter. And then we went to go, he wanted to play, he loves basketball. So he played a game of pickup, which is new. Like in New York, people, you're playing with kids you don't know.
Yeah.
He beat a son and a dad in the basketball game, which is
Oh,
cool.
okay, Future, you like that.
The boy nice, he can shoot. You know, like, yeah, that's my son, that's my son. He's like, all right, Mom, I'm ready to go get some ice cream. You know, he balled out, I was like, get ice cream. But I took him to get ice cream, rode our scooters in the middle of, I mean, everything going on. Like I had to approve this video clip that was going up that day. It was so much happening. Right?
At the same time, just juggling.
I mean, everything. I had my AirPod in my ear, and I was like, Ryan, like, yeah, okay, make sure you get that thing up at 10. Yeah, okay. All right, Future, you good? Like, I mean, it was a lot going on.
Yeah.
But that little hour of time in my day was so helpful for me. Like, so that's how I make sure to feed my soul. Like, sometimes I don't get a full day, but an hour can make a difference, and I'm really intentional about my time.
Your snapback game is strong. What's the
thank
key
you.
to just pulling it back together after
You're
each
so sweet. It's funny because I'm still not back to my base weight from my last baby, and she's almost 2. But tons of water. You know, do everything in moderation. You know, you can't be like strict every day of your life. It's just not possible. Not for me because I love food. Love food. So I have to do things in moderation. Like, you know, I'm very mindful. You'll do like about 4 to 6 small meals a day.
Okay.
And when I say water, it's like a gallon and some change, like aggressively. And then I train sometimes like 2 times a day. When I'm trying to beast it and really get back, I'll double it up.
Okay.
And yeah, and then my rehearsals, they help me out too.
Yeah.
Now, album.
The album. Cici.
What does this album mean to you?
This album is exciting. You know, Cici is my nickname. And it means a lot to me because it's really me, the way that I put this project together. You know, a lot happened on the journey. You know, it's been almost, like I said, 5 or 6 years. I had 2 babies in the process. I didn't realize I did all that. Then I went on tour in the process. I started out as an EP, and then I started putting out songs one by one. I'm like, let me stop doing that. Let me just give my fans a full body of work. And more than anything, it's just really me giving appreciation to my fans.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so grateful for the support that I've been given. I really would not be standing if it wasn't for my fans. And so it's really about them on this project for me.
Be right back. What's up? What else? There's 3 that I absolute 4. 5.
Okay.
There's 5. No, the album.
Make up your mind.
I want to know. Can you pull up I want to know which ones you like.
Let's see.
BRB.
And then Troy, by the way, while she look up that all week long, we like to make movies on our show. Like we do like whole hours of specific artists. So like the album, once Troy gets the full thing to me clean, like 2-3 days this week, like a whole mix, a whole hour is gonna be CC Radio.
Go.
Am I lying, Troy? We break all the rules.
Yeah.
We break all the rules.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Okay, so BRB, of course, How We Roll in Ecstasy. What's up? I like the song with Lotto.
This right here.
And was it one more? The one with Big Frida. That was like
Winning.
Yes, Winning. Yeah. Those are my
feel good.
favorites
I love
so far.
that.
Yeah.
You like the whole album.
Yeah, I do. Like when I heard it, like I was literally in the shower just listening to it, and I'm just like, yeah, I can see myself.
I love that.
But I really feel like the BRB is gonna be the TikTok one that everybody like.
It's so fun. It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, mine too.
It's super fun.
Now you connected with a lot of people who are heavily in the culture right now. And I know we use that word culture a lot, like your Lottos, your little babies.
Yeah.
How important is that to still be intact with that side of the game, with you having the longevity that you have?
Oh man, I think it's a really sweet thing, man. I was just, saying also too, not only for my fans, but also for the love that the artists showed me, man. I'm so thankful. Because all the artists that showed up on this project showed up for me, and it was easy, which is really cool. And I think it's, for me as an artist, I love staying tapped in with with talented people. I also love too, sometimes even if a person is like fresh on the scene, like I like that kind of stuff too. When I was working with Bossman was lighting the streets up, but there was still an underground feeling, when I reached out to him, but I loved what he was building at that time period. And so I was like, I want to work with this kid. Like, this guy is super cool, So I think sometimes like there's moments like that, that are sometimes the dopest, because I get to be a part of their journey too.
Yeah.
But I love, Cici loves staying tapped in though. I think it's important.
Now, I did, my bad, MiAsia, but I did ask this earlier, as far as like your favorite song or which one meant the most, but for this album.
Yeah.
Out of the catalog that's on this album, which one means the most to you and why?
I would say Made It.
Really?
Yeah, Made It, because it's just kind of like me speaking to my journey, holistically, as a woman, a wife, a mom, my family that we're growing and building, but also too simply before all of that, just the gift of not having to worry about bills, like the blessing of that and what that is. Bills at a basic level, let's just say that. It's like those little things mean so much. And there's signs of like, okay, like, thank you, God. Like, and I say in the top, Daddy, I made it. It's like when I move around the city and the city, stands tall for me and pulls up for me. Like, I made it. Like when the block is wrapped around, when the line is wrapped around the block. Okay, God, like I made it. Like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that song is probably the most significant on the project. Yeah. And then there's a song I have called LMOL. It's on the deluxe, so you probably haven't heard it because it just came out.
Okay. Is the deluxe, you said, is out now?
Yep, it's out now.
Okay.
And I love that song because it talks about being loved out loud. Ooh. Yeah, and I think that's
here it is. I see it.
I think that's a beautiful thing, when a person loves you out loud. Like, they don't think twice about how they talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
Preach to the younger
think
generation.
of you. Yeah, it's powerful. So that song is really significant too.
Now, being a football wife, Russ is in getting ready to start the season. So how are you going to juggle a new album and
a new city
and still have younger kids? Like, how are you going to be able to do all of
It's
this?
so exciting. When you said that to me, it's like, I could feel it. This season's coming. It's been a little chaotic already because he was in training camp. And I'm putting this album out, and I had shifted at first I had mapped when I try to do this, I try to map my world around his. I had the album come out in July at first, which was like a little bit before everything.
Okay.
And then we shifted it just to give more time for everything to be complete. And I'm like, when I started, I was like, I don't know if I'm ever putting out an album during this season ever, like during this time of year again, because it's like, oh my gosh, because I love being there for him. I want to be there for my babies. And y'all know Cici love to grind too. You know what I'm saying? I like to get my, fill my cup up for me as well. So it is going to be non-stop, but my schedule goes back to the schedule. I got a little game plan. I got to be strategic with the days.
And your assistants and your team.
Oh, yeah.
You got it.
Shout out to Dimple. She's my project manager. But yes, I do have, a great team. Troy helps put it all together too on the radio front. But no, I mean, listen, man, teamwork makes a dream work. It's definitely going to be, the schedule's going to be dialed in. It's going to be like a super duper schedule, like where it's like down to the T.
Yeah.
You need those little details. And then I'm going to do my best. I mean, over all the years, honestly, I've always mapped my world around Russ's. And sometimes there's a season when we both have so much happening. And if I just plan it out properly, I can be like, okay, maybe I do these interviews this day and then I'll go to training camp tomorrow or like, I just map it out.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
Now we have 2 more questions. I usually ask a question about legacy, but I want to do something different because you're really big on praying and being spiritual, and I love your journey. So I want you to teach us how to pray right now.
My God.
So,
teach you how to pray. Okay.
Yeah,
what
so,
you got?
Dear God, protect me from.
Oh, well, it depends on what you're going through. Like, it depends on what you need. But I would say, protect me from. Okay, so
how you would do it.
I say, dear God, I say thank you for this day. I always say thank you for this day. I say the basics, like, okay, because sometimes I think too, it's not even so much about going to God and asking for something. Sometimes I just want to pray to say thank you.
Okay.
But I say, dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for waking us up this morning. Thank you for loving me unconditionally. Thank you for breath in my lungs. Thank you in advance for what you're going to do. And I just pray for your protection over my health. I say protection over my mind. I would say protection from anything or anyone that isn't good for me. I pray for your protection over that. Okay, now what's your next line? Yeah, your next
and
topic.
Dear God, when I'm looking for a man.
Okay.
Now, wait. We know you're not looking, but I want you. This is for all the ones that.
So I thought she was gonna give me another. Okay, so she gave me another shift. I was like, okay, what's the next thing we want to pray for? Okay, so yes. Okay, so we said we went to protection, right? Protect me from, like I said, for the things and anyone that's not good for me.
Okay.
I pray that when it comes to love, that you guide me. God, I leave it up to you. I want to put it in your hands. I pray that you bless me with the person that's perfect for me in every way. I pray for a godly man, a God-fearing man. I pray for a man that is going to love me the way I deserve to be loved. And I thank you in advance for what you're going to do, because I know you're going to do it. In Jesus' name. You got to seal it. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Sorry.
All right, now
that prayer will be much longer, but
of course.
With the time,
now,
it's something like that.
2 new singles out with videos.
Yes.
That bag that you're in, like, I don't think that the creativity and the artists understand the aspect of what videos mean to the game now. Like, can you speak on that, being that you have the longevity in the game?
Yeah, well, I'm a visual-driven artist, so for me, visuals have kind of always been the standard, and it's been the baseline for me because it allows me to contextualize my songs. And I feel like my fans have told me, like, that's what they want from me. They've told me that in more ways than one without saying that's what I want. And so I think visuals are important, man. Like, we got to keep visuals alive. It's so unfortunate we don't have these TRLs of the world like we used to, or the 106 and Parks of the world, because that just added to the experience, like, you know, of what it was like to look out for these things. Nowadays, sometimes I think people just brush over them. And so, you know, that's unfortunate, you know, but I think that we got to keep visuals alive, man. It's important. It's really important for the cultures, you would say, for artistry. It gives life to a record in a very necessary way. And so I think they're really important. We got to keep them going.
Now, final question, and we ask this to everybody.
Okay.
If you could describe Cici, Ciara, you as the mom, the icon, the legend, the wife, your journey from the east side to the south side, now in New York. Like, if you could describe everything that you have endured thus far to this day in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Oh my gosh, if I could describe everything I've endured to this point, what would those 3 words be?
Yes.
Everything I've endured.
She's thinking good.
You want me to say it more like in a way of like, tell me if this sounds right when I say it back to you. Things I've endured, 3 ways, I would say.
Okay, let me better form 3 words that describes everything.
Your journey.
Your journey, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Resilient. I would say that's not one word, but I was thinking about level up. It's a statement.
No, we can make that one word. That's one word.
Okay,
One more.
Resilience, level up, and blessed.
Like that. Now, final thing before we close out.
What?
Can you look right here?
Yes.
Can we get that? The season is coming up.
Yes.
New city.
Yes.
Starting QB.
Yes.
He in New York. Tough division.
Yeah.
But can you give some words of encouragement to your husband?
Oh my
but
gosh.
You got
that.
yes, the season's about to start.
Listen, I'm not going to get that deep on this camera, okay? Because my true words of encouragement come behind the scenes. But all I know is,
I love that.
3, you are the best in the world.
There you go.
You are the best in the world. You're one of one. You are the greatest. And you know what? We are going to declare this to be the best season yet. And you know Cici is rooting for her boo. I'm rooting for you. No matter what, though, you always win. So
Yes.
Yeah.
That's that love out loud. Y'all younger ladies need to learn that. Fly Guy DC.
And MiAsia, Symone.
And the wonderful, the legendary, the iconic. We appreciate you so much, Cici.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.